What goes into crafting the instruments that fill our world with music?
And you colored the holes, man. You did. You got the little G there as well.
Welcome to The Instrument Makers, a new YouTube series where we visit diverse instrument workshops,
Oh, this blade's not very sharp. That's very annoying.
explore the artistry and techniques of master craftsmen,
I'm going to credit this. This is David's upgrade.
and share the fascinating stories and insights we discover along the way.
We'll try it.
What do you get when you combine a guitar and a cello? Even AI couldn't quite imagine it. Today we're heading into a small town of Rickmansworth, just outside of London, to meet an instrument maker, Alexander Loziakov. He's crafted his own version of a guitar-cello hybrid, the Arpeggione. Now, the Arpeggione isn't new. It was originally invented in the 1800s. But Alexander has reimagined and modernized the design. Alongside it, he builds all kinds of fascinating string instruments by hand. We visited his workshop to learn his story, see how he builds these hybrids, and of course, try them out ourselves. And here's something special. Our duet was the first time he played Arpeggione with another person on Arpeggione. It was an unforgettable experience, and we had a blast playing his instruments. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can also visit my website to support the project, check out the merch, or browse rare instruments for sale. Your support means a lot to me and drives me to continue making videos like these. Let's get started.
My name is Alexander. We're in my tiny workshop in Rickmansworth, near London. Usually I make arpeggiones. It is a very rare instrument. It was invented by Johann Stauffer 200 years ago, and usually it has 6 strings and guitar tuning, so you play as guitar fingering with a bow.
Yeah. Where are you originally from?
I'm from Russia,
Where in Russia?
Saratov, Volga River. Yeah, we lived in Georgia before. Before it, we lived in Sri Lanka. So we just go from Russia in 2022 as it. They decided why not try. It's interesting culture, England. We like this culture of the family. Yeah, the same work.
Okay.
I make a lot of instruments. Now I concentrate on one,
Yeah.
but in Russia I make really a lot of projects. I had a very interesting project. Just create something, play, make video, and someone wants it.
Someone will buy it.
Yes, and
Okay.
it's a lot of easy in Russia, to be honest. Just gusli, it is a harp instrument, Russian traditional instrument. First, as a musician, and I wanted to play a lot of. I wanted to have a lot of instruments. Sometimes it was just expensive. Sometimes they was just don't existed.
Yeah. What instruments did you play?
I learned to play violin.
Okay.
Studied in conservatory, but 1 year only. But but it was conservatory. And after it, I had a lot of works. I just wanted to try everything.
Yeah. Why did you leave conservatory?
Because I wanted to try everything.
Oh, okay.
When you finished conservatory, you play orchestra all your life.
I see. Yeah.
So it was just, it looked boring for me. I'm not a very strong person, so it was really my only way after conservatory.
Okay.
So I decided to leave it as quick as I can.
What conservatory was this?
Саратовский консерваторий имени Собинова.
Okay.
Saratov Conservatory. So I just started. I started and I built it gusli. It is a harp instrument, Russian traditional instrument. It was not as good as I wanted, so I tried more, and once I just got cool guslis.
Yeah.
But I already have a lot of experience, so I just make it more and more. I rented place, workshop.
Yeah.
And so I tried something else, and finally I decided that I always play loop performance with a lot of instruments.
Yeah.
And I wanted to combine it in one because it would be easier to play everything with one instrument only. So I invented Arpeggione. Later I noticed that someone invented it before me. I lost for 200 years. But it's the same architecture, the same kind of instruments. Only one thing, my instruments has 7 strings.
7 strings.
But it's only different.
It's an extra low string or an extra high string?
High.
Okay.
Yes, but not for instruments. I was a carpenter, I was a smith, how to say, when you...
Blacksmith?
Yes, blacksmith. Yeah. I was a builder, I built a board before, so
Was this for fun or was this for like a job when you were competing?
I changed a lot of job after conservatory.
Okay.
Just to decide which one is better. So I had some experience for woodworking.
Yeah.
And it's, of course, it's helped. It helped me.
But you've not had any...
But in general, it was just YouTube videos, all the books which I can download to read about this professional. Because in Russia we don't have any education for luthiers.
Yeah.
So you have to learn it yourself. But I think it is the best way, because when you looking for some information, it's better than if it's just ready to eat. Because you can generate all these shapes, you can generate all kind of music instruments if you have your own way. Probably sometimes it's not as cool, sometimes it can be looked ugly. Not in my case, of course, just because I work with it a lot of years, around 5 probably or 6, I didn't count.
Okay.
There is a fence or gates with flowers, with leaves. It was beautiful. It was a really interesting work. I worked for Smith around 6 years, but I never boring with it. Mm-hmm. It was really great, but this one is better to me.
Okay.
I tried to combine it. It was fun, but to be honest, it's not fit for music.
Even with the frets here, you can vibrato very well too. The vibrato comes out nicely.
Yes, it works great.
Yeah, it works great. Yeah.
First one was viola da gamba, and I tried to improve it.
Okay.
I tried to make it better. So
did it have a guitar body or like more violin body?
It was a viola da gamba body. So I saw the picture and decided, well, I want one. So, but I tried to improve it, and I got an arpeggione. But after all, I showed it for some people. They told, "Wow, it's arpeggione." What is this? What is arpeggione?
The Arpeggione got its name from arpeggio, the technique of playing the notes of a chord one at a time. Fittingly, the instrument excels at this. The word arpeggio itself comes from arpeggiare, meaning to play like a harp, an instrument naturally suited for this style. Alexander's version of the Arpeggione includes a few modern twists. He's added a 7th string on top and tunes each string down a whole step, giving it a deeper, more resonant tone. Structurally, the instrument shares a lot with the viola da gamba, another fretted bowed string instrument. But unlike the gamba, the arpeggione usually uses metal strings instead of gut, producing a brighter and louder sound. It also has a more narrow fingerboard, allowing for a different kind of agility and playing style. The arpeggione was invented in 1823, and just a year later, Schubert composed his famous Arpeggione Sonata for his friend Vincent Schuster, one of the few prominent players of the instrument. Sadly, by the time the piece was published in 1871, the arpeggione had already fallen out of fashion. Today, the sonata is most often played on cello, though funnily enough, I recently accompanied the bass player performing it in a recent bass-making video. Despite its short original lifespan, the arpeggione is making a quiet comeback, with new compositions, makers, and performers emerging. A modern relative you've probably heard, whether you knew it or not, is the guitar viol, designed by Jonathan Wilson. It's essentially an arpeggione with a more guitar-like body. This instrument has become hugely popular in film, TV, and game scoring, featuring in Star Wars, Game of Thrones, 300, John Wick, and many more.
I know most people have never seen an instrument like this before. What are some things that they say to you when they see this for the first time?
Whoa, what is this?
Yeah.
It sounds as orchestra.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. What happened? You're genius, Alex. Something like this.
Okay.
Oh man, you're crazy. How do you play it? You hold it as viola da gamba, but it's arpeggione. Stauffer didn't tell you to hold it like viola da gamba. Sorry, Stauffer. I decided that arpeggione holding is, viola da gamba holding is better. But it was only once.
Do people ever play it together, like ensemble, or is it always solo?
Oh, it's my dream.
Oh.
But yes, at first it is the solo instrument without any accompaniment.
Yeah.
So I wrote some pieces for it just to show what it's possible to play without piano, without guitar, only one instrument, without loop station.
Yeah.
It sounds great. I like it more than orchestra music, probably even. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The more difficult part is the neck, fingerboards.
Yeah.
Because it's...
You made this neck yourself, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And the fingerboard.
Because I decided that it would be not as cello neck, not as violin neck. It should have some changes. So it would be nice if it more flat here and more rounded here. So it has 7 lines and they goes with the same directs. So for beginning it was really difficult to understand how to do it. Not a gypsy, just Manush probably. Now is your turn. It's not a strict dimension, just... Why not? Oh no, I didn't study how to make it because it's quite rarely instruments. So we have no school in the
Okay.
world.
Yeah.
We should discover it from scratch. No connection, but I have a bit another technique of playing.
Okay.
So it works exactly the same way, but it have a bit different shape, different sizes, and different kind of strings.
Yeah.
It has some differences. Also.
One thing I noticed for this one is everything is
You mean frets?
the frets, but also the bridge, the tailpiece. It's coming down a bit. Why?
For some interesting reason. I have 7-string arpeggione, so the first string sounds, of course, a bit squeezy.
Yeah.
Anyway, because the body is big,
Yeah.
string is thin.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of the third strings is low.
Yeah.
So if my body not as big as it should be for this one,
Yeah.
so it sounds not enough deep.
Okay.
And I decided to change the string blade for it. I prefer bend my tops. I don't like carve it because I believe it's make it stronger and sounds better. To be honest, I don't know why they don't do it. If you try my violin, it sounds good,
It sounds good.
but it's bended top.
Yeah.
It sounds great for Russian ethnic music. I will show you a piece of song. Ой, ты подушка порanya, ты за что любишь Ивана? Я за то люблю Ивана, что головушка кудрява, головушка кудрява, а бородушка кучерява, кудрява головушка. У моего воробушка ходит Ваня по саду, ищет Ваня бороду. Ходит Ваня по саду, ищет Ваня бороду.
Yeah, I've also not seen any instruments like this where it uses.
Because this is
The wheel mechanic
that doesn't exist.
You made it yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. So you don't even have to play this. The sound will come out
Oh,
here.
you don't need to touch it. And you will roll this wheel with your
Oh yeah.
hands when you play, without interrupting.
So you have how many chords? One. What? One.
For now, it has 4 charts, but when I made it, I still didn't know that only 4. So there is a position between,
Yeah.
which doesn't work.
Oh, that's cool. That's so cool.
You have lost one step
Yeah.
to choose chart.
We need something bigger here. I think people want to see the inside of this. People want to see this this mechanic too. That's fun. Yeah, that's good.
Probably they tried to make something perfect.
Yeah,
That's why it's šedevr.
yeah,
Probably. It's not my goal.
yeah.
I want to get instrument for work, for playing, and always. Usually, I just decide to make something better on the next instrument.
Okay.
But it's not the main goal to make it greatest instrument in the world ever.
Yeah.
Because I will need to sell it, and it should sell. It should cost as less money as it possible, because people will buy it, and
Of course.
they have to. Sometimes musicians which open for experiments
Yeah.
is not rich people,
Of course. So where? That's very true. That's very true.
because those ages I tried to repeat all way of instruments evolution, and I still didn't get for what these ages. I think it just
Decoration.
from Baroque, yes, because when I tried to make instruments without those ages, it's really, for me, it sounds good. I'm still not sure, but I just didn't understand for what. It's really interesting, but as I have 7 strings,
Yeah.
I have some troubles with 8 strings.
Oh, I see. So it's practical.
Either I can make it a bit smaller,
Okay.
yes, but it's not very good for sound.
Okay. It's not good for sound.
So I decided just make this.
Okay.
I think it's very understandable for
Yeah.
what when you see
Yeah, of
like
course, of course.
the tangle
I think it's beautiful how you've done it as well.
all the time. My best part of work is finish something and just I'm stand and look at it. I just it's the best experience probably ever. Just staying and watch. Wow, it looks great. This is probably the main reason.
Okay.
Calm.
Calm.
Yes, it's the best. When I do it, I know what I have to do to do it better, without any mistakes. So it's probably is the best thing I can do ever. Sometimes we think that music is a part of culture, yes, or show business or something else. But in general, the main reason why it exists is a point of view on the world. When you add some music in your life will change it. When you will think about your life, you can listen some music inside, and depends on which music you put in your head before, your life changed with the same way. You didn't notice special without special view, but I have to say that you should think before listen to music, before change your media resource, before how to say, my God. Okay, you build it with those things, so you can change what you will. Just make Arpeggione more popular. Just make more arpeggiones, make it better and better. Try to solve some problems with something else, which I don't know, still don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
I had an absolute blast playing music with Alexander and exploring such a unique and expressive instrument. His journey as a maker is remarkable, deeply creative, full of passion, and I can't wait to see where it takes him next. Be sure to check out his 2 YouTube channels to see more of his instruments and dive deeper into the world of the Arpeggione. You'll also find his contact info there if you're curious about ordering one for yourself. A reminder that new episodes are released on the 1st and 15th of every month. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Yes.